as creatives, that's something that I struggled with when the pandemic hit is, how do I get a film together, right? How do I get a bunch of people, especially with these lockdowns, right? Everything's on hold.
Yeah.
Or what do I do in the meantime? How do I keep busy? And that's why I started like a podcast, right? And for you, that's why you reached out to people close to you. Is it's so important. People don't understand this, to consistently keep up with your brand and showcase what you can offer, because I'm sure Instagram has even broadened more context, widened, expanded on your network, as it did for
Yeah,
me.
for sure.
Whether people are encouraging you, whether people are DMing you because they want to connect on another project, it's so important to have that presence. And with social media, like, do you find it challenging because, like, do you see yourself comparing sometimes, or has it become a breeze, like you don't care anymore, you're just all about your art?
I don't feel like I'm comparing, but I
Mhm.
think that for me specifically, I feel like there's a pressure to keep my Instagram looking a certain way. Like I have a vision for how I want it to be.
Right.
And so
Aesthetically stuff.
yeah, it
There
has
you
to
go.
be
That's your
aesthetic.
Instagram handle, guys. Aesthetically
Yeah.
stuff.
Um, so I think that that almost limits what I want to post on my Instagram because I want it to look nice. I want people to come on it and say, oh, like this, personally. And I ask my friends, like, I'm more likely to follow an account that is cohesive and looks pleasing as a whole, so I feel that pressure, but I have to get over it also, like
Yeah.
it's just,
It becomes time consuming and
yeah,
really, really counterproductive, right? It doesn't really, that's what
yeah,
I've kind of learned. Like, what am I getting out of, looking at someone's page for endless hours? I'm not creating what I want to do, right?
yeah,
And it's tempting, it's human nature, right? We go through, especially if you're creative, you're saying, oh, what is that person doing, or what do they have? How come I'm not doing that? But I think what I've learned is we're coming from so many different places and we're headed in so many different directions that it's impossible to live that same person's life.
yeah,
And if you do want, I always, tell this to people that might compare, or even myself, like, to make myself feel better. It's like, okay, if you want their page, then you have to get their life as well, because their life is what made contributed to that page.
yeah,
And would you take their life over yours? And then you start to see
um,
everyone's demons and everyone's issues or flaws. And you start to say, you know what, I got enough issues that I got to deal with. So it's almost
yeah,
like I'm happy with my life. I think it's a really cool exercise to tell yourself, just like play that game in your head. Say, okay, if I have that person's page, I have to have their life. Or if I have their person talent, I'll have to have who they are as a person. And
yeah,
I'm telling you, like 9 out of 10 times, even more, like people do not want to trade their life once they start to see it, someone else's. Not to sound
exactly.
like their life is better or my life is better than yours or vice versa. It's just more like put into perspective. Be grateful, appreciative of what you have, right?
I think that you're given what you can handle.
Yeah,
And I think
very
that
smart.
what you
Yeah,
can handle is not necessarily what I can handle, and vice versa. Um, so I just think like there's no point in being like, oh, I wish I had that girl's problems or this guy's problems. It's like
yeah,
that's what they're supposed to be dealing with, and you're supposed to be dealing with this, and that's it. Like you're going to be like you have to be able to handle it because that's what you're given.